Hey, Dave here with XFly RC. Just a quick update where I'm at with getting my B-1B bomber from XFly back up and flying again. And so this video is really just going to kind of focus on this area of the plane right here where there was a big hole in it, and kind of how I patched that. And then you can kind of see, there's a lot of other areas that from where it went into the bushes and trees, were limbs and stuff, and a lot of scuffing. So just trying to clean it all up, and then I'll go get some paint matched at the local paint store. And my plan is to try to airbrush this, and I'll probably do the whole plane just to make sure it's consistent. But obviously, this area just to make it look a little bit better in the air. Once it's painted, who's going to know? I think I'm pretty close to getting ready to put a coat of paint on it. I've been sanding on this and a little bit more. I got a little bit of rough area there I need to work on just a tad. A couple of other little areas. I've been using this Sherman-Williams shrink-free spackling that the RC Geek recommended from what he was using. So I've been using that. You just apply it, let it dry. And I have two different grades of sandpaper here that I use. It's just what I got around the house, but this one's a little bit rougher to take off the high spots. And then I have a fine one that I get in there and just try to really smooth it out a little bit. So once we get some paint on it, usually that shows where the imperfections are in the areas that I'll need to get to. So anyway, let's get to how we did the patch. Try to do a little patch right here to fix this thing. And what I did was I just went ahead and cut out, kind of cleaned it up in a little more of a rectangular shape, make it easier to put a piece in. Actually cut a piece out of the part of the plane, the tail that I'm not using anymore from the old plane, and cut it so it's gonna fit in there, and then I'll be able to patch around it, hopefully, and make it look good. I was a little concerned about the strength right here, so I do have a little piece of graphite rod here, and what I'm going to try to do is stick it up through there and then back in there and give it just a little bit of stability in there. Hopefully it probably won't do anything, but when you're this far in, you might as well give it a shot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and shove it in until it's that far, and then try to push it back. And like I said, I probably could have cut a little bit longer, but we're just going to go with what I got. So we're going to see how this works out. What I'm going to do is, sorry, I had some pliers here. Alright, so let's see if you can see that. Okay, so what you can see, what I did here was I took the rod and I shoved it back here until it got right there. Then I just took my pair of needle nose pliers where I could get a grip and pushed it back. And so I've got a little bit on this side now, and I got a little bit on this side. I am gonna jam up a little bit of foam up in that area. Then, sorry for the video, I'll put my little patch in there, and then once the glue dries, I will spackle it up. And just kind of an FYI, just to curious, I've sanded this down just a little bit to see how it's going to smooth out. So I'll go ahead and put some lightweight spackle on that, let that be drying while this part over here is curing out. So anyway, we'll see how it works out. Okay, so what you're seeing here is where I got the patch in there, and you can see I've got some little pins in there kind of holding that in place while the glue's drying. And here's where I've just started patching some of the other parts of the plane, some first coats of lightweight spackle, letting that dry, getting ready to sand, and just kind of an overview of the entire plane. You can kind of see on that side of the fuselage there was a fair amount of damage that needed a little touching up and working on. And here was the second coat. Still, you can see the patch still needed a lot of work, so another coat or two, a spackle to go on there. Again, kind of another view from the plane a little further down. But again, some spackling on some crinkles and stuff, just trying to smooth it out, and just kind of an overall view there. So we'll see how it goes when I get ready to paint.